It's time for Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors.
Good Sunday morning to you. This is Karey Brown, broker owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. Today I have a co-host with me, April Comstock.
Hello.
She is also with Realty Executives, and she does all of our fabulous marketing and helps with our clients through customer service. But we are interviewing Jolie and Dana, and they are with Heat Up Topeka. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're going to be talking about exactly what Heat Up Topeka is. So start with that.
Heat Up Topeka is a free community wellness program. We're able to offer it for free because we have grants and sponsors. And we offer 13 free exercise classes per week, and we help our participants with making healthy lifestyle choices and sustaining those choices through exercise and nutrition education and having a group of people who really support them and motivate them.
And what exercises do you guys do?
We have a large variety of exercises that we offer at our classes, from anything starting with Zumba, which is more of a dance type of exercise for cardio, to kickboxing, to an interval training where you might use weights and your body weight as well in your training, to yoga, and Pilates. So we have a large variety of classes.
And what age demographic, or is there one that you guys work with? Anything particular?
We serve anyone in the community. As long as you're old enough to follow the instructor, you're welcome to come to class. And what we find is people enjoy working out with their friends, their spouses, their coworkers. It makes it more fun when they know people in the class. We also see mothers and daughters working out, or even 3 generations we've had before in the room working out. And so I think it's a community, truly reflective of the community.
We also offer childcare 2 nights a week on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings for children who are not old enough to work out yet, so that their parents can join us in class.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think another great thing about, because we have such a diverse group of participants, all of the classes get modified at multiple levels, and so people can really participate at the level that's most comfortable for them, and that makes it less intimidating, because I know when people think about joining an exercise class, that can feel the unknown of that. What's it going to be like? Is it going to be intimidating? Is it going to be too hard for me? Maybe I haven't exercised for a long time. But the instructors are great about offering multiple levels of any activity that we do. And then the participants are great about being very non-judgmental. Every person's there for their own reason, and there is no judgment about what level the other people in the room are working out.
Yeah, it's really nice. I know one day I brought my 3 daughters and we came and did yoga, and I'd never done yoga before, and we had so much fun. And the whole room was full, and there was, my daughters, I think my youngest, she was 13 at the time, and then there were grandmas, and it was so awesome. And some people are like super bendy, and we're not very bendy, so the instructor was really good about, just do what you can, and we had so much fun. So
that's great. Yeah, that was something I wanted to point out, that people will often tell us they enjoy coming to our program because there are people there that look like them and people who look different. It's not like your typical workout experience where everybody's very built or very, cut. It's more a situation where there are all sorts of people with all sorts of backgrounds doing different levels of exercise and just having fun together.
Yeah, that's so true, because the Heat Up Topeka classes I've gone to, it is mostly like people that look like me. It's not like when you go to the gym, sometimes it's intimidating because it is like the bodybuilders that are super muscly and, people that are super fit. And it's kind of, you just worry that am I doing this right? Or, how am I looking? And it is really comforting to know there's, people just like you there.
Right.
So what prompted you guys to start this program?
Well, we're from Florence Crittenton Services, and Florence Crittenton primarily focuses on mental health in the community. But our experiences have shown us that there's a strong relationship between mental health and physical health. And the research now shows that mind and body connection is so powerful that it really can't be ignored. And so our passion for that and wanting to really reach out and be more in the community and have a bigger impact in the community really led us to wellness and looking at overall body health and using body level interventions to help people feel better. And that's where the Heat Up Topeka program started. And 6 years later, now we serve over 1,200 people a year.
So what times do you have available?
We actually offer classes every day of the week at this point in time. We've got noon classes Monday through Friday. We have evening classes starting at 5:30 to 6:15 and then 6:15 to 7 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We've got a Saturday morning class at 9 a.m. and then we've got yoga on Sundays at 4 p.m. So we've got a wide range. Our instructors are all trained and certified instructors that have had a lot of experience in our community. We actually have been very fortunate to have some of our best instructors in this community who become interested in our program. They hear about it from participants and they come out and ask to join us. So we've been really happy with that piece. What do you want to add to that?
I would say that the noon classes are really popular with working moms because moms have that pull of in the evening wanting to make sure they're available for their family and their kids. And if they can get their workout in at noon and do some of that self-care over their lunch break, that can be a great way to keep that balance, that work-life balance.
So you'll see Dana and I there many days of the week for that exact reason. We'll often joke about in our office that we'll be professional and all cleaned up before noon, and then we'll come back afternoon having worked out, and we need a button that says we support wellness efforts in our agency or something of that sort to explain why we're, not quite the same as we were in the morning. But it works very well into our schedule, and it allows us to continue to take care of our families at night. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, that's so important.
And where are the classes held?
We have a partnership with Trinity Presbyterian Church that's on 21st and Sims, and they partner with us to offer their space. They're really gracious. They open their doors to the Heat Up Topeka program and all of the participants and are very welcoming. They really see the program as a community outreach as well, and they're glad to have the program there on site.
So I mentioned that Dana and I will often go to the classes together. We actually have a couple other people that we work with that are kind of our motivational partners. And we've noticed that if you've got somebody that you're planning to meet there, it really does increase your chances of getting there. And knowing throughout your week which days you're going to attend, and making sure that you have all of your, clothing and tennis shoes and things packed and ready to go, and that you're meeting, for me, Dana or Carla, or one of the people that I meet at the program, really does increase the likelihood that when I don't feel like getting there in the middle of my day or at the end of my day, then I'm still going to go ahead and make it there because I have everything I need prepared to go, and I've got somebody there who's waiting on me and trusting in me to work out with them. So we recommend that you find a partner who you can meet at classes, and a lot of times we have people who come by themselves, but they quickly make friends in our classes and they become motivational partners to one another just through the program itself. And we actually have several subsets of folks in the program that now meet for coffee, or they go for walks at times when the program, they aren't going on a certain day, they go for walks instead, or they meet to do runs in the community. And so we see that we've got these sort of subsets of groups that have grown out of the program.
That is definitely true. I know I used to meet one of my best friends there for the Saturday morning class, and there were mornings where I really just wanted to turn off my alarm and go back to sleep. But then I knew, if she gets there and I'm not there, then I didn't want to feel bad, so I would get out of bed because I knew she was going to be there waiting. Mm-hmm. So it is very motivational to have a partner, definitely.
Right. Or there are days where I'll say, hey, let's just go get coffee instead. And Dana will say, nope, we need to go to class today. So instead of getting our sugary coffee, we'll go to class and we'll work out and make the better choice. So
class and then coffee.
And then coffee. You have to have a balance.
That's right.
So tell me about the nutritional piece.
So Heat Up Topeka does work with dietitians in the community. Amber Growling from Hy-Vee has been a consultant of ours, and also Sarah from Harvesters. And a real consistent approach that we have taken is the plate approach, which is to have half your plate be fruits and vegetables. And I think it's an approach that's doable for people in that you don't have to weigh things or measure things or count things. You can just visually look at your plate and assess, am I getting in half my plate of fruits and vegetables at lunch and at dinner? And what we know is that it's actually harder for people to increase their consumption of fruits and vegetables than it is for them to increase their physical activity and exercise. And so this is an area that we've realized we can't ignore this part of the wellness journey. We actually say it's great that people are exercising, and that's 20%, but what about the other 80%? And the other 80% is really the nutrition. And the community, the county level does a survey about how many people are getting in their recommended 5 fruits and vegetables a day. And the result of that is actually only 17% of people get in 5 fruits and vegetables a day. So we know this is a challenge for people. We don't try to minimize how much of a challenge it is. But what we do at Heat Up Topeka is every month our dietitian brings in some fruits and vegetables to share with the participants and show them how they can incorporate those products into their lunches, into their dinners, into their menu planning for the month. They try to find produce that's seasonal so that it's reasonably priced and that it's tasting its best and ripe, and they'll show us different ways to use it. So if there's a vegetable that maybe people haven't tried, they actually get to taste it and feel it at class and see maybe 3 different recipes that they can use it in. And there have been several times where if I just look at the recipe, I will think, I don't think I would make that. But then I taste the sample of it in class and I really like it. And it really motivates me to then try it at home or get my kids to try it at home. And understanding how important the nutrition aspect is, I think, has been an eye-opener for me, that it's really the 80% of our wellness journey instead of, I think some people think it's maybe 50-50, but it really has a big impact on how people do with their health.
Well, and there are a lot of people that feel like they are not at a place where they can be super active and like go to an exercise class. And I think it's really important when they realize, like, really nutritionally, I could make a huge impact on my health just by what I'm eating. And then once I get a little bit healthier, then I can maybe start going to the classes or going for walks or different things.
Absolutely. And our nutritionists will often talk about that people are drawn to some of the fad diets, or drawn when you're feeling really motivated, you might be pulled to make a choice that's a more restrictive choice. And they really recommend that when you're making nutritional choices, you choose something that you can sustain for a long time. So if you're going to make a change in what you're eating, when you think about what that change is going to be, it should be something you feel like you could do for 2 years. Because as people get pulled into these very restrictive diets for a few months, and what we know about those is that they actually can hurt more than help over time.
Yeah. Well, I was actually at the bookstore with my daughter yesterday, and we were looking at some different recipe books, and there was one, I think it was called Keto, and I was reading about it, and she said, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, I think it's high fat, low carb." And she was like, "I could never do that, Mom." And I'm like, I know, that would be so hard. Like, I can't imagine. So I think it is good to pick something that you can sustain long term.
Right, because I think oftentimes what can happen is, and absolutely we know, for example, that it's not good to have a ton of sugar. And so people will go on a 30-day cleanse or a 90-day cleanse where they have no sugar at all, and they get really good at restricting the sugar. But at the end of the 90 days, if they're already deciding they're going to have sugar again in their diet, it's very easy to then have a little bit of sugar and crave more and more and more and more sugar. And you actually end up having this sort of rebound effect where all of the work you did for that 30 days, 90 days, whatever, can spiral backwards very quickly into you're eating more sugar than you were before you started the diet in the first place.
Right.
And so that's just an example of how diets can sometimes work against us if they're not sustainable.
Yeah, I think it is hard too, because like if you say like no sugar and then you go to your mom's birthday party or, and it's like, oh, so I think that's really hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
This is Stephen Parkin at Invista Credit Union. Purchasing a home is one of the most exciting and important decisions someone can make. Let me tell you why Invista is the best choice for financing your new home purchase. First, quick pre-approval process. Our fast decision-making gives you the power to act quickly and make an offer on your dream home. Second, local servicing. We service your mortgage in-house. You won't get a long-distance runaround, but a committed professional whose only job is to help you. Third, experienced team. We are dedicated to simplifying the process and educating you through the home buying process. Come by Invista. It's okay to dream. In fact, it's encouraged. We are your home buying partner. Give us a call at 785-228-0149.
Southwest Topeka has a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jim Garrison, now at 29th and Urish. If your current insurance situation has you going around in circles, get off the roundabout and stop in and meet Jim and his wonderfully efficient staff. Let Jim Garrison give you a quote and make the Garrison comparison. He's confident that with State Farm's competitive rates, the right coverage, and his unmatched service, you'll want to make him your new insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Jim Garrison is there for you, northeast of the roundabout at 29th and Urish.
Thanks for listening. This is Karey Brown, broker owner of Realty Executives, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. And we're back with April, who is my co-host.
Hello.
And Dana and Jolie that are with Heat Up Topeka. And we've been talking about the exercise programs and the nutrition. And so we're going to finish up a little bit about nutrition. Then we're going to go into stress management. So this is definitely a great program that it covers a lot of different things.
So, April, you were talking about all the temptation, that there's temptation everywhere, and I think that's especially true in the holiday season, that there is a lot of parties and at offices, and everywhere you turn, there are treats and goodies around. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we remind people in the program about is to, before you eat, to take a minute to connect back with your body and just ask yourself if you're actually hungry. And we, as humans, we're kind of taught that if there's food around, you eat. But reminding ourselves to be really true to our needs and why are we eating and what kind of hunger do we really have right now? Because sometimes we just have hunger for social connection, but we get social connection through eating with people. And you can get that social connection without eating if you're not hungry. So we remind people to check in with themselves and also to plan ahead. We were talking about trying to get those fruits and vegetables in. And so if you're bringing fruits and vegetables as your snack at the office, you might not be as tempted to turn to some of the sweet treats in the office.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for me, I know I have to pack my vegetables in heavy over my lunch meal because I'm trying to get my protein in for breakfast, and so I'm not eating as much of that for breakfast. I pack in heavy for lunch, my fruits and vegetables, and primarily my vegetables, and then at dinner I'm doing half my plate. But I'm trying to kind of make up for some of not doing it for my breakfast as well. So being very planful in where am I going to have these fruits and vegetables in my day so that I make sure that I'm thinking about them and getting them in. So we've talked a little bit about how there are a lot of temptations throughout the holiday season, but I think equal to that is the amount of stress that people experience during the holiday season. It's a fun season. There's a lot going on, and so you're having lots of social engagements, and that's great, but you're also heavily booked in your schedule. The time that you have to do things that you have to do in addition to your regular schedule, like shop and plan meals and, get together with family, all of those things really add stress to your plate. So we wanted to take a moment to kind of just remember that it's important to get back to the basics when you're in these high moments of stress, to remember some basic strategies for helping to manage and limit that stress. Things such as, getting, of course, the exercise in and having good nutrition, but even some basics like trying to make sure you're getting a good 7 hours of sleep every night, because often sleep is the first thing we cut when we're in a highly scheduled time of our life, or that you're getting your 6 to 8 8-ounce glasses of water every day and staying hydrated throughout the day so that your energy levels can stay up and so that your hunger levels stay down, because oftentimes when we're really thirsty, we experience that in the same same way that we experience hunger, and it makes us think we need to eat when really we need to drink. We're dehydrated. So some of those basic things. What else would you add, Dana?
I think when we are stressed, that's the time that we are tempted to abandon our healthy lifestyle choices, like not get the exercise in or skip the fruits and vegetables. And actually, that's the time that we need it the most, is to help us balance out the stress. Exercise is shown to be as effective in a lot of studies as antidepressant medications. And so some of the things that help us the most to stay balanced, to keep our mood up, to keep our anxiety down, we actually end up abandoning those things at the times we need them the most, is when we're high, like Jolie was saying, high stress, high schedule, around a lot of people. Sometimes are even people who don't struggle with anxiety at other times of the year, sometimes that can come up at this time of the year. And people truly do have seasonal affect struggles too, with the winter months and having a lower mood during the winter months. And so keeping our bodies in balance in general throughout the year is an important healthy lifestyle tip as well.
So sometimes I think we just need to take a pause during our day once or twice to kind of assess and check in with our bodies and see, how am I feeling? What am I needing? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Do I just need a moment to clear my thoughts? And there are some simple things that we can do, such as even just taking 1 minute to just clear all thoughts from our brain and focus on our breathing. So really just counting how long does it take to take a breath in, and then trying to make that a little bit longer the second time. How long does it take for me to take a breath and actually expel it out, and making that last a little longer the next time. And every time I have a thought about, oh my gosh, I've got to go shopping, or oh my goodness, I forgot about this thing I was supposed to do today and now I'm going to be behind, just taking a moment to calm down and focus in on our breathing and not allow anything else into our thought process for even just 60 seconds can really calm our cortisol levels in our brain and calm our overall anxiety and stress levels in our body.
One of our instructors has a motto that she'll say, breath is power. I think we forget that our breath is really the power that we hold in our body. And I feel like when we do some of that deep breathing that Jolie was talking about, it reminds us of our own power and our own control that we have over things.
And sometimes myself, and I have a coworker who will often say this, that the breathing is just not enough for her. She, it's just she needs activity. She needs a way to get this stress out right now that's active. And so 5 minutes of walking, getting up from your desk and walking the stairs, or pacing around the building for a couple of laps, or going out around the block even to get a little bit of sunshine, because we get so little sunshine in the winter months, and that vitamin D is really important to our overall health. So taking some bursts of activity as well would be another way to kind of offset. You can do the real calming strategies like leisure walking or breathing or yoga that can bring your stress levels down. And equally with that, you can do the bursts of activity for 5 to 10 minutes, several times a day, so that if you don't have a whole hour to go work out in the evening because you've got a Christmas program for your kiddo or whatever it is going on, if you can fit in 3 10-minute moments, a burst of activity, that can also get you to where you need to be to kind of keep balanced in your body.
Yeah, I've even talked about that at our office because, I've said a lot of times we've got things that we need to discuss. And so I think it would be awesome if we could just go outside and walk, even if we just went 5 minutes out, 5 minutes back. So I think we need to try that.
And there are lots of organizations that do that, actually.
I think we just need to move these guys into the building.
You're coming with us.
Well, I love what you guys are talking about, because what you're really talking about is taking the healthy choice from an individual level to more of a group or corporate level or an environmental level. And if you can be a change agent in your place of work, that's a really important thing to do, because what you do is you can change the environment at your work to make the healthy choice the easy choice. And then that not only helps you, but it helps all the people around you as well. So instead of bringing in that box of donuts for your coworkers, bring in a bowl of fruit and make the healthy choice the easy choice for all the people around you as well.
Where can they find the information about all of your classes?
You can find information about Heat Up Topeka on the Florence Crittenton website, and also Heat Up Topeka has their own Facebook page called Heat Up Topeka, and it's a very active Facebook page where participants keep track of any changes to the schedule. The monthly schedule is posted there, and then also people stay connected with each other and get week-to-week tips.
And what are the weather change? Is it if 501's closed, it's canceled? Can you tell us a little bit about how that works with the weather?
That's exactly how it works. So if 501 has been canceled because of weather situations, then we would also cancel our classes on those days.
Okay,
so
and what about Saturdays?
Saturdays we post on our Facebook page so that people would know. That's probably the best way to find out.
Okay.
We also have an email list where when you register at your first class, if you provide your email, we will send an email blast out if a class gets canceled.
Oh, that's cool.
And just another kind of, side kind of benefit. If you register and come to a class, we will connect you with a T-shirt that you get to keep from Heat Up Topeka. And our hope would be that you come back out and join us again.
And the address is 4746 Southwest 21st Street.
And I did just want to say quickly, too, sometimes all of this is enough. Exercising and eating healthy and sleeping and, connecting with other people is enough to sort of help with stress and anxiety and depression and things that come about. But when it isn't, Dana and I are from Florence Crittenton Services, and we do have an outpatient clinic there to help people with therapy services if they are going through times of struggle and need. So you can find that on our website as well.
That's great. Well, and I also love that the classes are free, because I know that's a big obstacle for a lot of people, moms with families, that, like you said, they are torn and budgeting and different things. So it's really nice that you guys offer that for free, because I know that is, a big obstacle for a lot of people. They would like to join a gym or go to classes, so I really appreciate that.
Right, and that's just our part of trying to make the healthy choice the easy choice, is really looking for funding sources so people don't have to have that be a piece of their monthly fee, or budgets.
Right.
Okay, so one more time, where can they find information about the classes?
You can find information about Heat Up Topeka at Florence Crittenton's website, which is flowcritkansas.org, or the Heat Up Topeka Facebook page.
And if you're looking to buy or sell, be sure and give us a call at 785-213-5188. And if you're looking and searching for homes and you're not quite ready to meet with an agent, check out our website at nekansashomes.com. This gives you homes in all of Northeast Kansas, so be sure and check it out. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming out and telling us about this program. It's really awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. Tune in again next Sunday at 11 o'clock for Real Estate 101.